Tonight, someone's name will be written in history as we crown the first ever AFWE King of the Ring. The entire King of the Ring tournament, all in one night, here tonight, ladies and gentlemen, in the brand new AFWE Arena. Let's get this started with the first round as Kevin Owens approaches the ring to face a mystery opponent. Kevin Owens attempting to revitalize his career here tonight after turning on Kenny Omega on AFWE episode 32. But he has a tall task ahead of him as he faces this mystery opponent. Let's figure out who it is. The second ever AFWE champion is back. Drew McIntyre, for the first time since September of 2021, is in an AFWE ring. Drew McIntyre lost his AFWE Championship against Finn Balor in a street fight at the AFWE Royal Rumble. Well, we'll see if he can become King of the Ring here tonight. Who will move on to the semifinals of this tournament? Well, we're going to figure out right now. This match has started with a collar and elbow tie-up. McIntyre bringing Kevin Owens down and striking him across the face and tossing him into the corner now. Drew McIntyre looking real hot, coming back. He could be looking to finish this match in under 30 seconds with the Claymore kick right here. Kevin Owens slowly and stumbling getting up. And McIntyre misses the Claymore. Kevin Owens with a senton now into the cover. But McIntyre powering out at one. Kevin's going to have to do more than that as he hits a backstabber onto Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre with an elbow and another strike. Kevin Owens rebounds with a strike, and we're back at the collar and elbow tie-up. Drew McIntyre gets tossed over the top rope. Kevin Owens had the toss scouted. Is Kevin Owens off the ropes now? Basement dropkick to the outside. Kevin Owens taking advantage of the opportunity, sending him into the turnbuckle. McIntyre, although has it scouted, air raid crash perhaps, off the top rope. McIntyre gets caught with a sunset flip powerbomb. How did he pull that one? I think we all know what happens next. Kevin Owens with a cannonball. Charges at McIntyre. Full speed ahead. McIntyre looks for the Claymore, but a sit-out powerbomb. Owens can upset McIntyre right here. McIntyre kicks out though. Owens looking to put the finishing touches onto this. Stunner attempted. No, McIntyre pushes him. Claymore! The Claymore kick to Kevin Owens. And McIntyre advances to the semifinals. Drew McIntyre with a statement win. In his return, advances to the semifinals of the King of the Ring tournament. And he's one step closer to winning it all. McIntyre advances to face either Dolph Ziggler or Rey Mysterio in the semifinals. We're bringing some cameras backstage, and Red Dragon is attacking Rey Mysterio. And Adam Cole, he's heading to gorilla position. He could be taking Rey Mysterio's place. With his handymen leaving Rey Mysterio backstage, Adam Cole is replacing Rey Mysterio in this King of the Ring tournament. On AFWE episode 32, you know that the Undisputed Era attacked Rey Mysterio in that mask versus mask match, and it was Adam Cole to be the one to rip the mask off of Rey Mysterio, handing Spider-Man the win. And here comes the show-off. Dolph Ziggler, in his debut match, he faced Damian Priest for the AFWE Gladiator Championship. He didn't win that match or the Money in the Bank qualifier that he was in. He could be looking to become the first ever King of the Ring. The second first round match begins as Adam Cole right away into a waistlock. Dolph breaking the grip though into a waistlock of his own. Cole slips out and hits a super kick onto Ziggler, rebounding off the ropes. Cole has him up for a brain buster. What could Cole be thinking of doing now? As he grabs up Ziggler, misses the pump kick. Ziggler taking advantage of the opportunity, grabs Adam Cole, sends him onto the ropes, neck first, and hits the Famouser. That could put Adam Cole away, but it's not if he rolls out of the ring. But he's met by Rey Mysterio. Red Dragon's holding Rey Mysterio back, but Rey Mysterio's made into the arena, and a super kick by Dolph Ziggler sends him onto Red Dragon and Rey Mysterio. He had his own partners in Rey Mysterio to catch his fall, but he could feel the head trauma from that super kick. The cover, but Adam Cole kicks out. And Ziggler starting back from square one with a waistlock. Adam Cole's a waistlock and a German suplex. Taking advantage of the opportunity, looks for the Panama Sunrise, and it connects. The Panama Sunrise connects. He could be scouting the last shot, but that's Dominic Mysterio. We haven't seen him since he broke his nose on AFW episode 30 in a zigzag. The zigzag by Ziggler. It's the cover, and Dolph Ziggler pulls the upset. The rest of the Undisputed Era are shocked that Dolph Ziggler just upset Adam Cole and Dominic with a frog splash. Dolph Ziggler advances to the King of the Ring semifinals to face Drew McIntyre. Matt Riddle versus Apollo Crews is up next in the first round of the King of the Ring tournament. Matt Riddle has been constantly tormented by Pete Dunne, but on AFW episode 32, Pete Dunne was arrested and sent to jail for attempted assault with a deadly weapon. So, he won't be in Matt Riddle's watch this time, as he could win the King of the Ring tournament here tonight. This would be a huge victory for Matt Riddle after losing the triple threat match for the AFWE Championship at Ground Zero. But he faces a member of the Hurt Business, Apollo Crews. On episode 32, Apollo Crews was interviewed backstage, and he said that he was feeling left out of the Hurt Business. He was feeling like the weak link. He can prove himself in this King of the Ring tournament, but Matt Riddle coming straight out of the gates on fire. As he drives Apollo Crews into the mat, he's got him hooked now for a suplex. Apollo Crews gets out of it and tosses Riddle onto the mat with a powerbomb. Apollo Crews bringing Matt Riddle up to the top rope now as he grabs him with a gut-wrench suplex off the top rope as he rolls himself into a cover, but Matt Riddle powers out at 2. Apollo with a knee to the gut, but Matt Riddle rolls him over with the strength with a suplex. He could be looking for the 3 bros here. He has the second one, and oh my goodness! Flipping in midair, Apollo Crews shifts his weight and deadlifts Riddle now, but Matt Riddle with a back body drop. Getting the weight off of the shoulders, no pun intended. He could be looking for the bro Derek here, but Apollo Crews with a power slam. The cover, but a kick out. Apollo's got to think fast at how to put Riddle away, and that's one effective way with the standing moonsault. Trying to put the finishing touches onto this match with the enziguri. Riddle with a knee strike. Riddle is shocked and now taking advantage of that knee strike, heading up top for the floating bro, but that Pete Dunne pushes him onto the apron and into the crowd. I assume that Pete Dunne paid his $5,000 bail, but Apollo Crews has this match on a silver platter now as he hits the spinning sit-out powerbomb, and that is it. Apollo Crews has advanced to the semifinals of the King of the Ring tournament, pointing at the crown right there. He will face the winner of Ricochet versus John Morrison, and that match is the final match of the first round, and it's next. This is the first time that we have seen John Morrison since he lost on the AFW episode after All Out to Hangman Adam Page in a street fight Money in the Bank qualifying match. Adam Page went on to win the Money in the Bank ladder match, but John Morrison can go on to win the King of the Ring tournament, and he can get it started with a win in the first round. This is also the first time that we have seen Ricochet since All Out, when he suffered an injury in the Triple Threat Tag Team title match, as Darby Allin hit a coffin drop off the top of the stage onto him and through a table. This is both men's first time in an AFWE ring in a little bit. Now let's see how they'll match up in this cruiserweight matchup. Ricochet starts off with leverage on that arm in an arm drag. The springboard arm drag by Ricochet. Some innovative offense by the High Flyer. Looking for a tornado DDT with a turnbuckle assist. Morrison kicks it one with a cover of his own, and Ricochet responds with another cover of his own. An array of covers as Morrison with a stun gun. Ricochet still dazed as Morrison hits a clothesline, flipping Ricochet inside out, and a kick to the back of the head for good measure. And also a standing shooting star press. And tosses Ricochet onto the top rope. They're both up there now. As Morrison looks for an alley-oop slam off the top rope. A pinning variation as Ricochet kicks out. As Morrison with another kick, this time to the side of the head, as that could have knocked out Ricochet. Morrison looking for the finishing maneuver, the Starship Pain, but Ricochet got his knees up. Ricochet got the knees up in a blockbuster. A blockbuster to John Morrison. As he heads up to the top rope, he could be looking for the 630 splash to send him into the semifinals. Will this be it? And it's enough. Ricochet will face his former tag team partner in the King of the Ring semifinals. These semifinals are set. McIntyre versus Ziggler and Ricochet versus Apollo Crews. The semifinals are about to get started as Drew McIntyre and Dolph Ziggler are already in the ring. Dolph Ziggler pulled off the upset against Adam Cole in the first round. Can he upset the former AFWE champion and returning superstar Drew McIntyre? As Dolph Ziggler tossed into the corner early as he hits the second chop of the match onto Dolph Ziggler's chest, picking him up in a suplex. It wasn't really a suplex, he just tossed him across the ring. Powerbomb attempted, but Dolph Ziggler with an Alabama slam into a cover variation, but a kick out by Drew McIntyre. And now Ziggler hits the Famouser early. He hits the Famouser early on Drew McIntyre, and now he's tuning up the band. He could be looking for the super kick. Drew McIntyre still standing. He's going to have to do more as he heads up to the top rope with a missile drop kick. A missile drop kick takes McIntyre down in the King of the Ring semifinals and now into a cover. And McIntyre still powering out at 2. Ziggler's close to pulling off another upset, the zigzag, but McIntyre caught him and tossed him over his shoulder. McIntyre's reloading, super kick! A super kick catches the Claymore in midair. Ziggler heading back up to the top rope now. What could he be looking for here? Maybe a top rope Famouser, but McIntyre catches him in powerbomb position and a buckle bomb. Ziggler landed weirdly on the turnbuckle, which caused him to fly over the top and into the crowd. Oh no, he cannot throw the announce table. Drew McIntyre pushes Dolph Ziggler off the top rope to the outside through my announcer's table. How in the world is Dolph Ziggler still conscious right now? And how in the world did he kick out? McIntyre goes into the corner, and it has to be over. The match has to be over. Dolph Ziggler is lifeless. But a super kick! A super kick sends McIntyre's head into the turnbuckle, and McIntyre is busted open. Ziggler seizes the opportunity, looks for the zigzag, but McIntyre throws him into the turnbuckle, and now he looks for a top rope air raid crash. Ziggler's got to be done. Both men are exhausted, but not Ziggler. Ziggler kicks out of the top rope air raid crash. McIntyre loading up for the inevitable end of this matchup, but Ziggler, Bulldog! Ziggler has sparked some new life into this matchup, but not if McIntyre reverses the suplex. And Dolph Ziggler, that might have been the final straw for Dolph Ziggler here tonight. As McIntyre picks him up again and sends him into a tree of woe position, Dolph Ziggler with a moonsault. Ziggler once again proving me wrong with a suplex, dropping McIntyre onto his head and both men sitting up. And here we go, McIntyre overpowering Ziggler and rubbing his elbow across the face, busting Ziggler wide open on his forehead. Both men are showing some color in this semifinal matchup. Claymore! The Claymore kick, and that about does it. No! Ziggler! McIntyre signaling for the end. Claymore! The second Claymore! And just getting the shoulder over Ziggler advances him to the King of the Ring finals. What a match. What a way to kick off the AFWE King of the Ring semifinals. Drew McIntyre advances to the King of the Ring finals. What an effort by Dolph Ziggler. Drew McIntyre showing respect to Dolph Ziggler as he deserves. Dolph Ziggler came out and shocked us all into this King of the Ring tournament, putting on a great effort against Drew McIntyre, a former AFWE champion, but McIntyre advances. The final match in the semifinals of this King of the Ring tournament. The winner of this match will go on to face Drew McIntyre in the finals. Two former tag team partners facing off here in the semifinals. Apollo Crews with a strike, looking for the powerbomb, but Ricochet with the Hurricane Rana into a cover, but Apollo Crews kicking out. A fast way to get this semifinal match started as they lock up, collar and elbow tie up. Ricochet has a headlock locked in. And Apollo, he's looking to maneuver in that headlock, sends Ricochet down, chopping down the knee right there. But Ricochet tosses him over his head in another headlock. And a backbreaker to Apollo Crews. As I mentioned, two former partners. I bet they know each other like a book. There's Apollo with another strike. And Ricochet sends him down. Bouncing off the ropes, moonsault misses, Apollo goes too, German suplex! Ricochet somehow hits a German suplex, catching him midair, but it's not enough to advance to the finals as he sends Apollo to the outside. And we can all assume what's going through Ricochet's mind, Tope Con Hilo! A Tope Con Hilo by Ricochet. Ricochet is in control in this semifinal matchup. As he picks up Apollo now, and a Falcon Zero sends him into the crease on that stage right there, and climbing up, Ricochet from up there, 450 splash! And that entranceway is much harder than inside the ring, much more unforgiving than inside of the ring. As Apollo, speaking of the ring, rolling in, as Ricochet, springboard, oh my goodness! A double foot stomp, but Apollo still kicking out. Ricochet continuing to stay in control of this match, and now Ricochet, Code Red! Ricochet's lining Apollo up now for the recoil. He caught him though. Powerbomb onto the mat. Powerbomb onto the ropes. And a powerbomb onto the mat again. But Ricochet with a Hurricane Rana. Ricochet now picking Apollo up for a Fisherman Suplex. This is how Ricochet ended the first round of the tournament. He can end the semifinal with a 630 splash. The 630 splash by Ricochet. And Ricochet advances. No, cover, but a kick out. And now into a crossface. Into a crossface. But now, spinning sit-out powerbomb into another crossface. Ricochet is in deep, deep trouble right here. Apollo is wrenching in, and Apollo gets him to tap out. Apollo Crews has advanced to the King of the Ring finals. And there's Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre, a little bit cleaned up, but still a bloody mess, approaching Apollo Crews. It's Drew McIntyre versus Apollo Crews in the King of the Ring finals. In that match, to determine the inaugural King of the Ring is next. This match is for all the marbles. This is it. This is the climax of the King of the Ring tournament, and it starts right now. The bell is rung, and here we go. The finals of the King of the Ring tournament are about to begin. Apollo charges after McIntyre and sends him into the ropes. Pressuring him on those ropes, the referee has to separate the two. The referee giving McIntyre some time to recover, but McIntyre charges after Apollo and sends him onto the ropes. Both these men have to be running on adrenaline and adrenaline alone, already competing twice in the same night. They lock up, a collar and elbow tie-up. At a standoff is Apollo into the corner, but McIntyre with a jumping clothesline. A jumping clothesline by McIntyre puts him in the front seat early into this matchup, early into the King of the Ring finals, looks for the Future Shock DDT, but Apollo gets out of it with an enziguri. Spinning sit-out powerbomb attempted, McIntyre gets out of it. McIntyre into the corner, Claymore missed, standing moonsault, into a cover. McIntyre powers out at 2. Apollo Crews has now found himself in control, is now a sharpshooter. A sharpshooter locked in onto Drew McIntyre. He made Ricochet submit in the semifinals, but he's not making him submit now with a big boot. And now they're heading up to the top rope. Has him up now for an Alabama slam onto the ropes in a Future Shock DDT. Spiking Apollo right on his head as McIntyre heads into the cover. Apollo still has life left in him. Back and forth early into these finals is now dumps him over to the outside, and McIntyre heads up to the top rope with a double axe handle. Sends him into the apron now, neck first, colliding with the crease there. And now McIntyre, he looks to load up off the ropes. And off the ropes, Claymore knocks out the referee. Both Apollo and the referee are down for the count. Drew McIntyre would be King of the Ring right now if it wasn't for the referee being knocked down. As Drew McIntyre introduces the steel stairs into this matchup, and power slams Apollo onto the solid steel stairs. Drew McIntyre wasting no time in punishing Apollo. Apollo with an X-Plex, overpowering Drew McIntyre on top of the steel stairs as he heads back up top, and Apollo with a standing moonsault off the steel stairs and into the cover, but the referee is still down. McIntyre kicks out anyway. The drop kick missed into a powerbomb position. McIntyre caught him and sent him onto the steel stairs. Apollo wisely rolling to the outside as the referee has gotten back up, and Drew McIntyre looks to head to the outside also. He rolls Apollo Crews back into the ring, positioned onto those steel stairs now. However, Apollo Crews has found some energy, and he looks to pick up McIntyre for a powerbomb. gets out of it in a Glasgow kiss. The Glasgow kiss and picks Apollo up for an air raid crash. Onto the steel stairs and into the cover now. Apollo kicks out. And Drew McIntyre, he's looking to do more with those steel stairs, positioning them into the corner. McIntyre now grabbing Apollo, looks for a future shock DDT, but Apollo gets out of it. Spear! A spear onto the steel stairs, into the corner, colliding with the solid steel. And now he looks for the spinning sit-out. No, backbreaker. And that puts Apollo into a vulnerable position. McIntyre off the rope. Claymore! The Claymore kick sends Drew McIntyre into royalty. No! Apollo kicks out. Somehow, someway, Apollo finds some life. Drew McIntyre looking for a second Claymore. Apollo catches him into a sit-out powerbomb. And Apollo Crews is your king of the ring. Anything can happen so suddenly. Apollo Crews, right place, right time, earned himself the king of the ring, defeating Drew McIntyre, a former AFWE champion, in the finals of the tournament. His Hurt Business allies now approaching the ring for the king of the ring ceremony.
Ladies and gentlemen, your king of the ring, Apollo Crews.
And Bobby Lashley congratulating the new king of the ring. Thank you all so much for watching this video, and I will see you on AFWE episode 33. Now Kenny, he's loading him up top. Kenny Omega, he's looking for a one-winged angel. Kenny Omega loads Cody up top.